Please click the bell icon while subscribing to get my video upload notification. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you the basic use of pen tool. It's for the beginners, and if you have never used pen tool, I hope this will give you a little bit of understanding of how to use pen tool. And I want to apologize for not being regular on YouTube. My wrist is still not completely well, so I need a little bit time. Also, this month's Patreon video is not uploaded yet. I will upload by next week, hopefully. So just have some patience. So let's get started with this tutorial. Okay, so let's take pen tool. From the side panel, I'm taking pen tool, and you can see under pen tool, these are all the options that you will get, and I will explain each of them one after another. By the way, this is Photoshop CS6 that I'm using. So these are my options in Photoshop CS6. Now I'm taking the first option, which is the pen tool, basic pen tool. Now just clicking on the canvas on one side, then again another, and the third one. Now you can see there are 3 dots that are created on the canvas, and these 2 lines connecting these 3 dots. Now each of these dots are called nodes, and the line that is connecting these dots are called basically path. Now when you will see the dots are transparent, that is, it just has a border, that means it's not selected. But when the dot is completely filled like this one, that means this node is selected. Now I click again on the first node, so the shape is completed and all the nodes are gone because I close the path. You can create something with open path, but I'm just showing you a shape with closed path. Now you can do various things with this shape. Now right click on it, and these are the options you will get, like create vector mask, delete path, define custom shape, etc. So I clicked on create vector mask. So what happened is that if you paint afterwards, the painting will be only within the shape. This particular shape becomes an area where you can paint, and rest of the area get masked. Now after you are done with your design within the shape, you can right click and click on delete path to delete the selected area that you created, but the design will remain and you can do it again in the same layer. Now I'm going to show another usage. I clicked on one point on the canvas, then clicked again, and without releasing my mouse, I just dragged a bit so the path becomes curvy. Now I clicked in another place and then I join the path. So it becomes a random shape. Now right click on it and select define custom shape. What happens is it creates a shape that you can save in your custom shape library. I gave it a name, test, and clicked OK. Now go to this custom shape tool, and if you scroll down, you will see that shape is over there, and you can use it as a vector shape. Now again I am making another random shape just for an example. Now right click on it and selecting make selection. So the make selection box comes up, and here you can select your feather radius, which I gave 5 pixel. You can have 0 pixel or anything. Feather radius means how much blurry the edge will be. If it is 0 pixel, then the edge will be absolutely sharp, and if you increase the feather radius, the edge will be more feathery, cloudy look. Now let's just paint some color in it. Now this option actually acts as a selection option. Instead of using any selection tool like the lasso tool or the marquee tools, you can use pen tool. Here I'm making another shape, just some random shape, and right click on it and select fill path. Now fill path means whatever color you choose, this option will fill the entire area of the path with that color. Here you can choose foreground color, background color, or a specific color. Even you can choose pattern from the pattern option. Now I've chosen foreground color, which is white here, so it just filled up with white. Now I just deleted the path by same way. Now next is stroke path. It's just opposite of fill path. Now this option colors only the path area. So for stroke option, it only follows the route that the path has taken, not the entire area that is enclosed by the path. Now there's this option comes under tool. You can choose any of these options from the drop down menu. I've selected brush, and when I select brush, I always select simulate pressure. So there are other options as well. You can choose any of them and you can play with them to know how they work. Now notice here, even though I have selected simulate pressure, it just gives a uniform border. It does not simulate any pressure. What simulate pressure means is it will simulate the pressure of your graphic pen on tablet. It's not an actual pressure that you are giving, it's just a simulation. So why it's not working here? To understand that, let me explain first that when you have chosen brush option as stroke tool, you need to modify your brush accordingly, because brush becomes connected to pen tool when you are using brush tool as your stroke tool option. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the brush panel and turn on shape dynamics pen pressure. Now what will happen if I turn on pen pressure is that it will simulate that brush pressure that I was talking about. Now I've drawn another shape with pen, and again I'm going to stroke path option, selected brush with simulate pressure, and now it's working. Now if you turn off shape dynamics pen pressure, it will just give you a flat look when you stroke path, even if your simulate pressure option is checked. Now again I've made another shape for this exercise, and then right click on it and select free transform path. Let's say you have made a shape and you're not exactly happy with its features. You can use this option free transform to change this shape according to your choice, like this. Now I'm going to select freeform pen tool. This is a very good tool. It's just like pen tool, but you don't have to create nodes and you don't have to be so precise geometrical about it. You can just have a free stroke and it will create the shape just like so. And then you can right click on it and use all these options on them. Let's say I'm selecting make selection option and just selected the area and fill with a color. That's it. It's very easy to use. I think this tool works best if you use a graphic tablet, because then you will have more command or control over your flow. So you can try this tool if you have a graphic tablet. You can use it with mouse as well if you can have some control over your mouse movement while drawing. Now this add anchor point tool and delete anchor point tool, they work as they are called, and I'll talk about convert point tool a bit later. First, let's talk about add anchor point tool. What it does is it adds an anchor point or a node. Now I just made a shape with the pen tool, and then I have taken this add anchor point tool and just tapping on the path anywhere where there is no node on a path. I'm just tapping this tool and it creates another node. And you can change its shape as well if you tap on the path and then drag it a bit like this. Now similarly, delete anchor point tool deletes a node. If you tap it or click it on a node, it will delete that node. Now these two actions can be done directly from the pen tool. Now after drawing a shape, you can select pen tool, and if you hover the pen tool on top of a node, it becomes delete anchor tool. Similarly, if you hover it on top of a path, it becomes add anchor pen tool. So you can use pen tool for these two purposes as well. Now convert point tool is something that actually controls each node. Like After you have made a shape, you can select this option and you can just go to a node and you can just drag it and you can change its shape like this. So you can experiment with it. Now if you hold down these control points and move, you can see that they can move individually because you're holding down the control point of one side. Now if you hold down the middle point or the middle node, then the entire line will change. So if you want to change only one side, you can use control points of one handle. But if you want to change the entire thing, you have to select the node in the middle. Now I'm just filling it with some foreground color and deleting the path. Now let's just make a basic shape. So I'm just clicking in the middle and I'm just creating a curve on the side and coming down below and going back up again. Now I'm filling path with foreground color and deleting the path. Then I'm duplicating this layer and flipping it horizontal, just moving it beside the previous one. Now I'm merging both the layers and it becomes a heart. Now for symmetrical shapes, I prefer this method. I make one side of the shape and then I just make a copy of it and flip it horizontally, or if it's vertically symmetrical then flip it vertically and then I merge them together. I think that's the best way of creating symmetrical shapes easily. So I hope you like this small tutorial. If you want to know more about pen tool, just comment below, ask me or anything. If you did not understand anything from this tutorial, just comment below and ask me which part you did not understand and I will try my best to reply you. If this video helped you, just like this video, share with friends and subscribe to my channel. You will find the link of all my tutorial videos down in the comment section. I will pin it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.